Hi everyone, my name is Benny, Customer Success Manager based in Sydney. Welcome to my Bite of the Month, July 2022 edition. I just want to keep these tips short and to the point. So today I've got a nice little search strategy, which I find to be an effective way to find candidates who may be competent and have the skills that you're looking for, but they're probably lurking in the shadow and don't necessarily have those skills explicitly listed on their LinkedIn profile. So these are harder to find candidates. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And what you should see in front of you is just a fairly ordinary recruiter search. Okay, so let's just say I'm looking for an accountant, in their current role accountant across Australia with a keyword SAP. We're looking for an accountant which maybe has some exposure or some experience or proficiency with the SAP skill. And the reason why I have SAP here under keywords, not skills, up here, is because I want to keep my search as wide as possible, and I don't want to limit myself to candidates who have that SAP skill explicitly on that skill section. Okay. Another thing that I'm doing here with accountant is I've got these three sort of bullet points here on the left. And the reason we have that is just, it tells us that it's including other accountant titles, which probably, or you can see they all sort of fall under the accountant category. Okay, so fairly ordinary search, also known as an explicit search. Obviously going to be returning a lot of results. We can see over 3,000 results here. But these candidates aren't the candidates that we are looking for, right? What we are potentially missing out on are actually candidates that have the SAP skill, but might not have the SAP skill on their profile for whatever reason, listed anywhere on their profile. Maybe they forgot to, maybe it didn't occur to them, or they intentionally didn't create a CV level profile. So this search isn't actually what we're looking for, but what I can gather from the search is actually look at the search breakdown. The search breakdown is honestly such an awesome tool, and I recommend doing this for any search that you undertake. You could have a look at the breakdown of the result of the search results, where they currently work, where they previously worked, how many years of experience they have in their current role and in their entire career, where they, were educated. And you can see from this search, a lot of these accountants actually probably have their CPA. They've done some sort of a chartered accountancy program, which is awesome. But I'm going to be looking at the company list. And why I'm interested in the company list is because I can probably infer that any accountant working in these companies probably have SAP skills in some form or another, because maybe they have an SAP product there, which is why it's returning so many results with people working here. So what I can do from here is I can actually copy and paste this list of 10 companies into like some sort of a Word document. And I want to create a Boolean OR search. And a quick tip that I have is actually find and replace. If you're on Windows, you can go Control-H. If you're on Mac, you can go Command-Shift-H, find and replace. And I'm going to be looking for ~P, which is just a return function in Word. And I'm going to replace that with quotation, space, or space, quotation. And we can go ahead and replace all. You'll still need to fix up the ends. Just that we've got a nice little OR statement here. It's a great little tip. If you haven't done this or seen this before, I'd recommend trying this, especially if you're creating a large list. We're searching for a wide range of universities or a wide list of companies, or even skills, pronouns, or common names if you're trying to hire for gender diversity. Grab that, copy and paste that into the the company section. You can use any Boolean search for companies as well. And make sure you tick the box current so that we're keeping this as relevant as possible. And if you scroll down to keywords now, instead of searching for SAP, I'm going to go and search for candidates that don't have the SAP skill on their profile. Okay. Because I've done my research and I've discovered that these companies probably use SAP. So now I'm trying to find accountants who work for these companies that don't have that skill on their profile, but we can still infer that they most likely have the SAP skill because they work with other candidates who share that skill. Look at that, we've got around 500 results, which, you know what, it's still quite a significant number, but 90% of recruiters who are looking for this type of candidate are probably missing out on this. Which, I find to be, that's a lot of talent that you could be looking into. Okay, and that's that. So takeaway from this is we have done an implicit search. There's other ways you can run implicit searches. You can look at LinkedIn groups, which are especially useful for tech talent. There's other ways. This is just one of the ways. So in summary, great little search strategy. I recommend trying this out, especially when you feel like you've maybe bottomed out on your regular explicit LinkedIn search, and you want to find these candidates who are probably qualified but are lurking in the shadow. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned a thing or two and pass the tip on to any of your fellow recruiters. I will see you next month. Happy hunting.